Hey everyone, it's Craig Campbell with Pastor Craig's Cards and the glory of their times. 1960 rookie star Duke Carmel, Sport Magazine, and I really like these cards. Of course, the Carl Yastrzemski card. Every time I see these cards, I think of Carl Yastrzemski and his rookie card on this 1960 Sporting News or Sport Magazine, I should say, Sport Magazine 1960 rookie star. But yeah, we're looking today at Duke Carmel and the story of Duke. And his real name is Leon, but he grew up in New York City. And he talked about being a huge fan of Duke Snider. And he said, really, in his neighborhood, a lot of the people were either Yankees fans or Giants fans, but he was drawn to the Dodgers. And as a kid, Duke Snider was his guy, and so people just started calling him Duke. And he even said, like in high school, if somebody would have called him Leon, he probably wouldn't even turn around, but he was just simply known as Duke, Duke Carmel. And so that's what he went by. And this, in a way, Sport Magazine, this 1960 rookie star, this was almost the highlight of his career. And it's just Duke didn't have a very long major league career. He hung around the minor leagues for a while, but you can see even in 1960, in 5 years of minor league play, he's developed into a long ball hitter. And that 1 year in Billings, hold it the other side here. 1957 at Billings, he pulled 29 homers and drove in 121 runs and led his team to the championship. Since Duke is only 23, his future as a major league star looks certain. And that was from the editors of Sport Magazine. So let's take a look at Duke and his career. I'm going to get this turned around here and try to get this propped up here best I can. There we go. Yeah, Duke, as I said, born Leon, but known as Duke because of his fandom of Duke Snider. He signed with the Cardinals in 1955 out of high school. And as I said on the back of the card, his third year in the minor leagues, 1957, he was an all-star. 118 runs scored, 121 RBI with a 324 average. And things were kind of looking up for Duke. And he made his major league debut on September 10th of 1959. And he started 6 games in center field. He had 24 plate appearances with 3 hits and 1 base on ball. And hence, that's why he was included in the 1960 rookie star set, because he'd made his debut at the end of 59. In 1960, he got called up in September, and he played in 4 games. And then he spent all of the 61 and the 62 seasons in the minor leagues with the Dodgers and the Indians. And 1963 was his only full Major League Baseball season. He played with the Cardinals for 57 games. And then he was traded to the Mets, and he became their starting first baseman for the rest of the year. Then he was sent back to the minor leagues in all of 1964 for the Mets in AAA. And then he got called up with the Yankees in 1965. And he was hitless in 8 at-bats. And he made his last major league appearance on May 2nd of 1965. But what's so interesting is that, he got signed with the Yankees in 65, and so Topps figured they would issue a card for Duke Carmel for the 1965 set with the Yankees. And you can see he still appears to be wearing a Cardinals uniform, possibly with the red on the neck there. And it's kind of interesting because on the back, again, it talks about him being a surprise draft pick of the Yankees last winter and a long ball threat. And, Duke really wasn't much of a long ball threat, but they just kind of wanted to put that on there. And they go back to last season where he led the outfield in Buffalo with 35 home runs in AAA. And, again, his best season was that 1957 season at Billings. And so Duke, he had a card in 1965 along with this 1960. And Duke also had a card in the 1963, the Floating Heads rookie cards, 1963 Topps. He was on there with Rusty Staub, and then had a card in 64 and the one that I just showed in 1965. Again, he only appeared in 8 at-bats with the Yankees in 65. His last major league appearance was May 2nd of 65, and then he retired after the 1967 season, which he spent in the minor leagues. So Duke, his major league totals were 48 hits with 7 doubles and 3 triples. Excuse me. He did have 4 home runs with a .211 average and 23 RBI. And that is the story behind the cardboard for Leon Duke Carmel. And his career never panned out quite as they thought it would. And he seemed to have some good years in the minor leagues, but just never was able to get it going in the major leagues. But he still, had the baseball cards, and he still had a career. And it's a lot more than any of us can say. And that is the story behind the cardboard for one Duke Carmel. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and we will talk later. Keep on collecting, guys, and enjoy the hobby. Take care.